Alrighty everyone, so Georgia Harris has made up a makeup tag and it is called the makeup collection tag. I thought this was a really fun video and you guys know how I love a good tag, so I am doing this video today. If you want to see what my answers to the makeup collection tag questions are, then keep on watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast, and you heard it here first. I am doing the makeup collection tag today, created by Georgia Harris. I will leave her original video down in the description box, and if you are interested in doing this video, I tag you. Without further ado, let's jump on into it. There are 14 questions and let's get the ball rolling with question number 1. How long have you been collecting makeup? Now, I was a bit of a late makeup enthusiast to the game. In high school and stuff, I wasn't really interested. I was a bit of a tomboy. I only would wear like tinted moisturizer and occasionally like mascara and eyeliner. When I got to uni though, I got really interested in makeup. I started watching a lot of YouTube, and the rest is history. So probably around maybe 2012 onwards, and then like it's just gotten worse and worse as the years have gotten on. Question number 2 is, what kind of collection do you have? Is it minimal, utilitarian, aesthetic, or historical? I don't really know how I would describe my collection. It is pretty extensive compared to a lot of people. It's probably very excessive and I don't really have any rhyme or reason. I've gone through periods of like collecting, and that's where I've gotten large collections of certain brands or products, but that kind of plateaus off and I move on to another product that I have to have like every one of, and then I'll move on to something else. So yeah, I don't know what kind of word I would use to describe my collection, because yeah, it's not minimal. I suppose it is probably a little bit historical, because I do have a lot of like the original Urban Decay Naked palettes and different things like that, but it's not like vintage, so I don't know what you'd call it. And it's not aesthetic because there's shit everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what I'd call it. Probably one big fat mess. Question number 3 is, are you a completionist? Now, I just kind of touched on that a little bit. I go through stages and it kind of depends on the product. So I have large collections of certain brands or certain products, and then I kind of move on to the next one and I'll buy like almost the whole collection of something else, and then I'll move on to something else. For example, like I have Urban Decay Naked 1, 2 and 3, and then it got to like Smoky and Cherry and Heat, and I just wasn't really interested in them, so I just stuck with 1, 2 and 3. Anastasia Beverly Hills, I have most of the palettes, but there are a few that I wasn't really interested in, so I didn't buy them. I have a lot of like MAC lipsticks, but I don't have the whole collection. There's a lot of different kind of brands or products from brands where I have a large amount of them, but I don't have the whole collection. So I can be quite obsessive or completionist about certain things, but in terms of everything in my collection, no, I don't have to have the whole collection of like every Anastasia palette or every MAC lipstick. I have quite a few MAC lipsticks, but I don't have to have every MAC lipstick. Number 4 is, how do you store your makeup? So I have a few different ways I store my makeup, and it's a bit of a mishmash. So I have some of these like acrylic lipstick organizers. I have 3 of these, but my collection is larger than 3 of these, so the rest is kind of just in boxes. I then have all my makeup brushes in these glass square containers sitting on my desk, and then in some of my drawers I have like a lot of these old candle jars that I put lipsticks in, a lot of everything. And then I have a whole heap of boxes like this that I put things in, and then I put in my drawers. A box like this for my complexion products, and then I put it in my drawer. I have a few boxes like that I've got my pigments in, and I stack them on top of each other in my drawer. So it is a bit of like a mishmash and anything goes, but I like it. It's semi-organized. I like to think that it's organized, but it's not really organized. I also have a IKEA Alex desk. Is it the Lindemann or the Lindemann top? I have the largest top, and I have 2 sets of the 5 Alex drawers. One side of my desk drawers is kind of miscellaneous, so it's my backups, my hair care, my hair straightener, hair curler, some office stuff, pens, pencils. Like that side of the desk is totally mishmash, and then the other side is completely my makeup. Number 5 is, what is your favorite thing about your collection? I don't know what my favorite thing about my collection would be. I think I do like the way it's laid out. I would like it to be a little bit more organized, but the way that it's laid out really works for me, and I can see everything that I have, pick out what I want. I like the way it's laid out. Like everything's kind of very where I need it to be. I know where everything is and I can quickly grab it when I need it. Nothing ever really gets lost in my collection unless I'm trying to find like a specific lip gloss or liquid lipstick or something like that, because that drawer and those cups are very like mishmash. I think that's probably my favorite thing about my collection, is that everything has its place and I know where it is in its place and I can easily find it when I need it. Number 6 is, what is your least favorite thing about your collection, or something that you would like to improve on? I'm a very messy person. I will like take everything out that I want to do my makeup and I'll put like maybe half of it back, if that. So I would like to be a lot cleaner and neater. I did recently get my husband to install some shelves above my desk, so I have like 3 shelves that are kind of staggered, and I would like to maybe put some of my palettes on display up there and make it look pretty. I haven't really got around to doing that, or deciding like what makeup or what palettes I want to put up there, just to make it a bit easier to get into my drawers. There are some palettes that like are too big or too deep to fit in my drawers, so I'm thinking if I put them up on display rather than stacking them on top of each other, I can see them when I look at them on the shelf. Maybe that might help me want to use them more because I can see them like in my line of sight. Number 7 is, what is the biggest category in your collection? And there's probably going to be a close running between like 3 or 4 categories. I have a lot of lip products, I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I have a lot of makeup brushes. So probably out of all of them, number wise, the lip products would be the most. In terms of spatial wise, probably eyeshadow palettes would take up the most space, and then I have like 4 of these on my desk full of brushes. So I have an excessive amount of brushes for one face, but I do really enjoy a lot of my brushes. Number 8 is, what is the smallest part of your collection? That would probably be like priming products, eyeliners. I don't have many eyeliners, although over the Christmas break I did add a lot of eyeliner products to my collection. Lip liners, priming products, so eyeshadow primers, eyeshadow bases, and my foundation collection. In terms of everywhere else in my collection, it's probably quite small, and it is getting smaller because I haven't added any new products to that collection. Powder setting products, I don't have many in the scheme of things, but there are, like, for one person I do have a lot of everything, like an excessive amount of everything. Number 9 is, do you have a holy grail in your collection? And you guys are probably going to guess what I'm going to mention, but my holy grail at the moment would be my Hourglass Confession lipsticks, specifically my lipstick in My One Desire. This is like my go-to nude lipstick. If any of you ever ask like what lipstick I'm wearing in a video, it is 9 times out of 10 this one. But this is my go-to nude if I'm ever going out. If I've ever put effort into my eyeshadow or anything like that, I will always pair it with this one. It is like my perfect nude. It just goes with everything. It makes my lips look amazing and it lasts very well on my lips. So I absolutely love these lipsticks, and I'm really sad I don't think this My One Desire is a permanent shade, which is very sad for me. So when I run out of this one, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm gonna have to try and find it somewhere. I've nearly used up my whole first one of My One Desire, so that goes to show how much I love that lipstick. Number 10 is, do you ever wish your collection was bigger or smaller, or is it complete? I think I wish it was probably maybe a little bit smaller and a little bit more organized. There are products in my collection that I'm like, why did I buy that? Like, why did I buy into the hype and get that product? So I do have a fair few products that I'm like, I wish I, looking back now, didn't purchase, or I wish I kind of knew what I was going to be like now and knew that I wouldn't be using that product as much. But I guess hindsight is a lovely thing. So yeah, I don't wish it was bigger or smaller. There are things that I would still like to add to my collection. I just wish it was a bit more organized. Number 11 is how often do you declutter your makeup? And if you have seen my January, February, my no buy year update, you would know that I don't like to declutter. I hate wasting, I hate spending money, and I hate wasting. So I think I've only ever done one declutter in my lifetime. I just don't like it. I don't like decluttering. I feel like it is such a waste of my money, my time, my space to just get rid of the product. So I'll generally try and, like, if it's a foundation or a complexion product, I'll generally try and include it in my product pan and just persevere with it and use it up. In terms of eyeshadows, I have gotten rid of a few eyeshadow palettes, but I'll generally just keep it. And I know that's really bad, like I'm not enjoying the product anymore, but I still have this deep underlying feeling that I'm just wasting product. So really need to get over my fear of decluttering. Number 12 is, do you ever get envious of other people's collections? And yes and no. Like, there are people, when I see their collections, I'm kind of like, oh, I wish I had that. But generally I get envious of people that have a really organized collection. So yes and no. Like, I get envious of the organizational aspect of people's collections, but probably not the amount of products that they have. I would get envious of certain products. Like, if it's a product that I want, obviously I'm going to be envious of them. Number 13 is, who on YouTube has the best collection video? And I don't generally like watching collection videos, but I do really appreciate Tati's collection. I love how she's got like the custom made collection set out. I would love that. I wouldn't have anywhere near the drawers full that she has, but even if I just had just a small kind of custom made bench desk kind of thing, oh, I would love that. So I think she would probably be the one that I would think has the best collection video. Number 14 is, what advice do you give to future makeup collectors? I think probably one is, you don't have to have the whole collection. If you don't think you'll use it, don't buy it. Number 2 is, see what you have in your collection already that is similar to that product. Number 3 is, you don't have to have the perfect, like, Alex desk setup, and you don't have to have it all. A lot of people that we're watching on YouTube do YouTube as their job, like they review makeup as their job. And I think having so many people on YouTube and having so many people with large collections, it makes us think that that's normal, but it's not. Like, it's not normal. For even looking at someone like me, it's not normal to have the size collection that I have. Like, I only have one pair of lips, one set of eyes, one face. This is way too much makeup for one person. So I think just keeping it realistic is the best option if you are a makeup collector. Only really buy what you think you can use. And if you are wanting to get into collecting, depends on what kind of, why you're getting into collecting. If you're wanting to collect for something to kind of pass on in families, maybe collect more special items or items with more special packaging, different things like that. But if you are just collecting for yourself to be able to use the makeup, then try and keep it to a minimum. Makeup addiction is real, people. So those are my answers to the makeup collection tag. Let me know down in the comments box your thoughts on any of these questions. How is your makeup collection going? Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Also click the subscribe button down below if you are interested to keep up to date on all my videos. That's it for this video, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.